All right, David, hit me with the ticket text. Like I said, we have a zillion directions to go today, and one of them is, look, Rico, I think, is ahead of the curve on something the Lions need to do. I think last night is going to be a night that some rules get changed in the NFL, and defensive holding ain't one of them. We'll get to it. But, David, what do you got on the ticket text first?
Someone says, I don't care about the game nor the halftime show. I use it to watch commercials. And this year, they all sucked. It was nothing but TikTok dancing. Couldn't stand it. It was a waste of my time, they say. Rico is ripping on Kiss, rather. Next, you're going to tell me he doesn't like conversion vans with carpet on the dashboard.
Uh-oh.
Halftime was
David,
okay.
It did get to the point where we were just playing the game like, okay, who's next that we haven't thought of? And sure enough, it's John Travolta singing the song from Grease with the two guys from Scrubs.
I believe your line last night was, oh, so now we're just going to do Grease, huh? Close quote. And he was right. Go ahead, David.
Halftime was okay. The game was great, though. Chris Stapleton brought the house down. Scott from Rochester.
I missed him. I was walking in the house. I heard Babyface in the car.
He was a waste of time.
And then as I got in there, it was over.
Chris Stapleton was really good yesterday.
Okay, super. Next.
Who cares about the halftime show? All the commercials play. The football game, I don't even turn it on at halftime. So he turns his TV off at halftime.
It's largely a waste. Thank God the game was fantastic.
Agree that most of the commercials were lame, but Amazon Prime dog commercial was a classic, and I was thinking the same thing you were thinking, Rico. Didn't want the dog to die.
Oh, that was the second one. I thought they were just going to kill the dog because the dog tore up the house. I'm talking about the other one with the dog food. But we watched this old dog and it's laying on the bed. I'm like, they're about to kill this dog. What are we doing here?
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're okay.
It was close. That commercial went 3 more seconds.
Someone says Kenny's church will be the church of sandwiches in Admiral.
Church of lunch meat, $7 million an ad. Outstanding.
From Deuce, the worst part about the game was something my 60-year-old mother pointed out about the cartoon pic of Jalen Hurts and said no other player had one. Why did Fox do that?
I didn't even notice. I'll tell you one thing. Fox is going to be a cartoon if they take Greg Olsen off this broadcast. He was excellent in his first Super Bowl. He didn't try too hard. He was comfortable. He pointed out the stuff that needed to be pointed out. Go ahead and take Olsen off the broadcast for stiff Tom Brady. Go ahead. Olsen was tremendous. Next year, when you're watching Tony Romo moan and sound like an idiot who's done whippets all night, remember how good Olsen was last night. Kenny's in Troy, 97.1. What's up, Kenny?
Hey, Mike. Eagles fan here. Just trying to pick up the pieces. But I had a couple thoughts on yesterday's game. One actually involves a rule change, and the other one's a draft philosophy. So from a rule change perspective, I have a feeling they're going to address this quarterback sneak.
Yes.
Yes. Having 4 dudes behind Jalen Hurts and just pushing him forward, I've loved watching it, but I'm trying to figure out how that's even fair.
Kenny, last night, and your football team is going to be the reason they change it. It's something we were going to get to later. And Kenny, it's dumb because I love when the announcers act like it's a skill. It's science. I'm going to put 700 pounds of human being behind Jalen Hurts. And even when the play is stopped, they don't blow the whistle, science takes over. We're just going to push you. They got to get rid of it.
Right, because on defense, you can't even push back because if they fake it, now there's nobody covering the edge, and it's a walk-in touchdown.
Totally ridiculous to me.
And from a draft perspective, I've always been a guy, we used a 13th pick on Jordan Davis. I know that was Rico's guy, but the amount of pressure that Kansas City offense put on us as a team, you cannot make a mistake, and we did. So I think my focus might shift more of putting as many weapons on offense as possible because that's where the NFL is going. Playing defense in this league now is almost impossible. And you can complain about the holding call, but at the end of the day, you can't – the officials were pretty much null and void yesterday. They really didn't do much until the end, but still having that many weapons and having that guy back there, offense is what's going to win you in this league right now. It's not defense.
I think there's a truth to it. I think part of the problem, and I'm not, again, it's no secret. I don't like the Eagles or its fan base. But Kenny, part of the problem is the NFC is so much worse than the AFC. that everybody got fooled into a false sense of security that the Eagles were this monolith. And the reality is the average quarterback you played was ass. So then last night you go in and you play Patrick Mahomes. Well, all of a sudden, he's just better than what you've seen. Your pass rush isn't getting home because the ball's gone. And in the red zone, I mean, Kenny, that was as bad of a red zone performance by a allegedly good defense as you'll ever see.
Oh,
it was horrible.
That was a true watching one coaching staff get spanked by another in that second half. It was pathetic as a fan to watch that happen. But, those were my thoughts, so I appreciate the call, Mike.
You too. And listen, understand something. Coaching, I can't blame, and here's why. Your guys having miscommunications in week 24 of the season, in the Super Bowl with 2 weeks of prep, when you've got a short motion into the slot, and it's a basic, your guy is my guy now, and my guy is your guy, and you blow that coverage, then you do it twice, and Andy Reid goes, well, these morons didn't figure it out over here. Let's flip the play.
I was about to say,
run it over here.
We may just need to give Reid and Bieniemy some credit because they came up with something that the Eagles couldn't fix, couldn't identify, and it worked so badly. Yeah, we're just like, oh, well, what the heck is going on with you guys? But I just think it was a great scheme. That
the thing
they're both wide open.
You know what kills me? And I know, like, it's the ultimate TJ. How is Cooper Kupp so effing open? Look at how the game started. Travis Kelce started that game 70 yards receiving. Mm-hmm. And you go, how on 2 weeks preparation does this happen? That, to me, that scheme. The later stuff, when you're just blowing coverages?
No, but see, Mike, it was a chess game. Because they did that with Kelce early, the Eagles were like, wherever he goes, we have to follow.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Sky Moore, I'm not worried about Sky Moore. He should have been.
I'll tell you the one thing.
Oh, by the way, the Kelce prop, hit that one too for yardage. Hit that on like the first 3 catches.
He was on fire. He was on fire. The guy, you were amazing. No, and I think there's a topic in here that we will do momentarily. But when you watch the game, I walked away last night, and there's one thing that jumps out, what the Lions need to get them there. And it's probably not what a lot of callers are going to say, but we'll do it. I mean, we'll get your calls. I know David's got a Super Bowl inspired around the league we'll do. By the way, Lions future Super Bowl odds. Next year's Super Bowl odds are out. The Lions are in the top 10, people. The Lions are in the top 10. Come on. Now, we're not privileged like the Niners sitting up there at number 3, but we're at number 10.
We don't have a quarterback.
Yet.
We don't have a quarterback.
He's in a darkness retreat. It's all going to work out.
No, he is not going to.
248 539.
No.
That is my storyline I need. Aaron Rodgers in Rico's backyard.
Honestly, I think he would look good in the red, white, and blue in New York.
No. You know what? This is where I just say 97 won.